Welcome students. Now today we are going to learn about food safety. Why we food require for the proper growth of body all the constitutes of food, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water are necessary. So, welcome students. Today we are going to learn about lesson number 5 in science. The topic name is food safety. Now you can see, observe the picture that there are 4 pictures are given to you. The picture A, B, C and D. They have shown you, you have to observe carefully and think about it for 1 minute. There are the factors which are responsible for the food spoilage. Now children, what do you mean by food spoilage? The food spoilage means unpleasant change in color, order means smell, texture, quality, taste, which is resulting into the loss of food nutrient content. So there are the several reasons or the factors which are responsible for food spoilage. We are going to study about it. The first and the main reason which is responsible for food spoilage is natural causes. Natural causes, in that the foodstuff may be spoiled due to the natural causes. All foodstuffs have their own shelf life. Fruits or their skins turn black and may give out a foul or a bad odor. Example, mango and banana and apple. There are other several reasons which are responsible or factors are responsible for food spoilage. We are going to study about it in detail. The second reason or the second factor which are responsible for food spoilage, that is man-made causes. When there is a wrong handling, overcooking of food, improper storage of food like storing in damp place or problem during a transportation, it result into food spoilage. The other third reason which is or the factor which are responsible for food spoilage, that is the properties of foodstuff. Now you know that children, there are the few of the food substances which have intrinsic factors in the food material which result into food spoilage. Like example, milk, meat, etc. They may be a acidic or a alkaline and they get spoiled early. So that is the third reason which is or the third factor which is responsible for a food spoilage, that is properties of foodstuff. Now next reason which is responsible or the factor which is responsible for a food spoilage, that is chemical reactions. Some foodstuffs undergo a chemical reaction on contact with metals and they are getting spoiled. There are the few metals which are highly reactive and that particular food substances get chemically reacted and the food substance gets spoiled. And the last but not the least, the fifth factor which is responsible for food spoilage, that is microorganisms and insects. Sometimes foodstuff may be spoiled due to the contamination by microorganisms or insects from the surrounding air, water or soil. So these are the reason or these are the factors, main 5 factors which are responsible for food spoilage. Now the first reason we have discussed, that is natural causes. Second, man-made causes. Third, properties of foodstuff. Fourth, chemical reactions. And fifth, microorganisms and insects. These are the responsible factor for the food spoilage. Now children, here one question is for you. You have to think and write the answer in your notebook. Can you give some other examples of factor which causes a spoilage of food? Do you know? Then think and write. Now, day by day, you may be observing the food, a large amount of the food is going to be a wastage by us, by by individual level or by the in organization level. So, there is a importance of the saving the food from the spoilage. Why it is important to save the food from spoilage? Because with the help of science and technology, India is producing ample foodstuffs such as cereals, fruits, vegetables, fish, as well as milk and the milk products. However, many people in our country and all over the world, there is a problem of starvation and hunger. Many do not get enough food like us. Hence, we should not waste the food. So, the food are get wastage. There are the first reason is qualitative wastage of food. So, what are the reasons that the food get wastage because of this? So, first, using wrong methods of farming. Example, hand sowing of seeds, inadequate threshing, improper storage, and wrong method of distribution of food. And second reason is that which are the responsible for the qualitative wastage of food, that is fish, and the it is resulting into the loss of quantity of the lost food. Improper traditions like offering the excessive food. So these all are the several reasons which are responsible for a quantitative wastage of food. And the qualitative wastage of food, it is there using wrong methods of food preservation, excessive use of food preservation, washing the vegetables after cutting them, and overcook the food. See children, the qualitative wastage of food we all maybe have observed in your kitchens by your mother, that you should inform your mother also before before cooking the vegetables, before eating the fruits, you should wash it. Otherwise, with that washing, with that water, you will lose the nutrients and the minerals which are present in them. So, it is a wrong methods of protecting food, excessive use of food preservatives, overcooking, washing the vegetables after cutting them, mishandling of fruits like grapes and mangoes, and miscalculation of time required to transport the food from producers to consumers are some of the causes of the qualitative wastage of food. So these are the several reasons which we need to stop it. Now here we are going to start to learn about what are the different methods of food protection. Now we all know it is very important to that food to save our food, that it should not be get spoiled and it should not be get wastage. Yes, so for that there are the several methods are there to protect or to preserve our food for a longer time. Now, what is first upon, I want to tell you there are ways to prevent the food spoilage and food wastage. What are they? On the individual level. First, serve only that you can finish eating. So, serve that much only how much you can eat. Eat all the food that has been taken in the plate. Do not throw away leftover the food, but reuse it instead of it. Next, do not overcook the food, because overcooked vegetables nobody like to eat. So don't cook the food over. Buy foodstuffs that are needed. Do not overstuff by excessive purchases. How much you require, that much only you have to buy from the market. Don't buy excessive purchases. Next, store grains and other perishable foodstuffs by using a proper methods. And the last but not the least, confirm the expiry date of processed food before it use. Whenever you are going to the market and buying the products, you should make sure you should see the packet, behind the packet, manufacturing date and the expiry date of that food substance. So to create awareness about that food should be get safe and it should not be get wastage and spoilage, there are the several points which we can keep in our mind to save the food, or to the food should not be get wastage. So now before starting with the method of food protection, I would like to clear your doubt, means the food, what is the difference between food storage and food protection and food preservation. What do you mean by food protection? Food protection means preventing the food spoilage by microbial growth and infestation by the pest. Now, what is food preservation? Food preservation is use of various preservatives to prevent the food spoilage due to internal factors. So, these methods aim at to storing the food for a longer time. So, for that, we need to keep our food safe. Now, it is very clear to you, children, what is the difference between food protection and food preservation. So in that, first upon we are going to learn there are the several methods of food protections which we have to know about it. First one, freezing. So with the help of freezing, the refrigerators are used for freezing the food. Due to low temperature of freezers, the biological and the chemical reactions in food materials are slowed down. Thus, our food remains unspoiled for a longer period. Next method of the food preservation is smoking. When the food is preserved with the help of smoke, it is called smoking. Aluminium phosphide is used in this method. The next method of the food preservation is use of insecticides. There are many chemicals insecticides which are sprayed on the containers of grains. Example, malathion insecticides is protect the grains by killing the infesting insects like mice, rat, all this ant, then or fungus formation. So this all gets stopped. Irradiation. The irradiation is another method of food preservation. In that, food is exposed to ionizing radiation such as high energy electrons emitted by accelerators, that is X-rays, gamma rays, which are emitted by radioactive isotopes. Irradiation destroys the microbes and insects, etc. So that's why these irradiation methods are used to preserve the food, because it destroys the microbes and insects. The use of inert gases, the next method of food preservation. Nitrogen gas, you all are aware of your airtight of packets of your wafers, chips, your cake, biscuits, all these things. So the nitrogen gas is filled in airtight packets of potato wafers and other food products. This is just for the prevention of the growth of fungus and the insect in them. So that's why the different inert gases are used by them, the shopkeepers. Now there are the last but not the least, their method of the food protection. In that we are going to learn what is the use of preservatives. In that, the use of preservatives, you maybe have saw your mother is making pickle, yes, jam. So these all are that. In that we are adding natural preservatives. The natural preservatives are naturally available materials which we get through naturally. That is example like salt and additional use of oil we are doing now in pickle, and sugar we are using for making jam, murabba, petha, etc. all the sweets. So these all are we are adding additional use of natural things, that is natural material, salt, sugar and oil. So these all are coming under natural preservatives. Now other example of the or other type of the preservatives are chemical preservatives. The chemical preservatives are synthetic preservatives. Example, acetic acid, vinegar, which we are using in noodles, Chinese food substances, citric acid, sodium benzoate, and some nitrate and nitrite salts. The last method and the very important method which is performed by daily by your mother, you maybe have observed in the kitchen. That method is called pasteurization. In this method, milk or other similar foodstuffs are heated up to a certain temperature. Example, boiling of milk at 80 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes and then quickly cool down. So this pasteurization method destroys the microbes which are present in the milk, and thus our milk remains safe. So this process was developed by the great person Louis Pasteur. So that's why on the great honor of this man we are calling that method pasteurization, because it was developed by Louis Pasteur. Now, what is adulteration? Adulteration means adding a cheaper substances of low quality to the food grain to gain more profit is called food adulteration. The adulterants are harmful for health, and it is consuming such food which is wrong. It is not good for our health. Now, how will you find out that whether your food has been adulterated or not? So, there are the several tests are there which you need to perform, and then particular conclusion if you will get. So there are the several tests which you can perform at home also if it is possible for you, and you will get the particular conclusion if the food whether the food is adulterated or not. So in food material of milk, which adulterant materials are added? That is water. And in red chili powder, it look like we are adding adulterant material brick dust, because it is exactly look like red chili powder. Turmeric powder, in that adulterant materials are methanol yellow, and in the rava food material the adulterant materials are fine iron filings. The effects of food adulteration is affected by food to the all the human being. The adulteration is having a bad effect on our health. So there is a law against the food adulteration which parliament has passed it. The Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, it was passed in 1954. This law has been amended from time to time. By the amendment of 1976, there is a provision of life imprisonment for the person who does do the food adulteration with the harmful substances. According to the direction of law, the food should be properly stored. Packing material should be not endanger the food or the medicines. There should be clear and legible information should be there on the packets about the manufacturing date, expiry date, and instruction for the storage as per the law. There are the attempts of the food adulteration. First, to make the fruits more attractive and tasty, some chemicals are injected into them. Urea is added to milk by milk vendor so that it appears as if having a higher fat content. The expiry date of food packets and airtight containers is changed by the shopkeeper because they want to avoid a financial loss. The calcium carbide and some other chemicals are used to make fruits look more attractive. Example, bright yellow bananas. The carbonate soda, phosphoric acid, etc. are mixed with cold drinks. These are very harmful chemicals. So, therefore, on all over the world, the 16th October is celebrated as World Food Day to work towards the food security and avoid the food wastage. Now, here is a one question for you students which you have to think and answer to yourself. What can we do to avoid the use of rice grain as akshata and to prevent the wastage of food during a wedding feast? Think and find out many of the methods to protect or preserve the food for a longer time. Thank you, students. I hope students you all have understood this chapter, the lesson number 5, food safety. So please like and subscribe the channel.